John Quincy Adams, the eldest son of President John Adams, was born in Braintree, Massachusetts on July 11, 1767. During his lifetime, he would hold many government positions including senator, minister, secretary of state, and president. And in President Monroe's annual message to Congress, he included a passage warning European nations of meddling in the Americas. This is commonly referred to as the Monroe Doctrine. In 1824, he became president through the House of Representatives after failing to win the electoral votes required. After his presidency, he was elected to the House, where he'd make a name for himself as a vocal opponent of slavery. He would die there at the age of 80 in 1848. Now, with that being said, here are 10 interesting facts about John Quincy Adams. Fact number 1. John Quincy was first introduced to his future wife when he was 16 and she was only 8 years old. In a letter to a friend, he said that he was in a desperate situation and hinted that he was very much attracted to the then 8-year-old Louisa Johnson. Fact number 2. As a child, he had written several letters to his father showing anti-Semitism. When he was 14, upon crossing a village on his way to St. Petersburg, he remarked that there was a place inhabited by Jews, a nasty, dirty place indeed, and fit only for Jews to live in. Fact number 3. His bad financial investments led his parents into bankruptcy. After moving his parents' bank accounts into his own account at the European bank Bird, Savage & Bird and writing checks against the accounts, the bank suddenly announced that they were closing and that they would not cover any of the checks written. This not only led to a complete loss of his savings, but also put him thousands of dollars in debt. Fact number 4. He had an essential tremor. Somewhat similar to Parkinson's, where a part of the limb shakes uncontrollably during action, this impacted his right hand, which happened to be his writing hand. If one decides to look back at his later writings, there are obvious signs of a tremor. Fact number 5. He was at times a firefighter. Living in the city of Boston, which was mostly made of wood, fires were a common occurrence. John Quincy, along with the other local men of the city, would often rush to battle the flames that would arise. Fact number 6. He was not re-elected to the Senate. After being the only Federalist to vote for the embargo acts against Great Britain, the Massachusetts Assembly, in order to voice their displeasure, held its election 6 months early and, as expected, voted him out. Fact number 7. His son, George Washington Adams, committed suicide. While on board the steamer the Benjamin Franklin on his way to meet his parents, he appeared to suffer a schizophrenic episode. He told one passenger that someone was trying to break into his cabin, and after his cabin was searched and no one was found, he said that the birds were speaking to him, as was the machinery of the steamboat, and asked the captain to be put on shore as the other passengers were conspiring against him. He was later noticed to be on top of the upper deck, where he soon disappeared. His body was later found, washed on shore. Fact number 8. He had a near-death experience. In 1833, on board a train at Washington, his train caught on fire and derailed. No one was injured in his train car, but the train behind him suffered significant casualties, including women and children. Fact number 9. He asked a former servant for money. Even though he was a former president, he would support his parents and his brother's widows along with their families. Fact number 10. Despite being an abolitionist and vocal opponent of slavery, he viewed mixed-race couples as unnatural. This was mostly evident with his obsession of Shakespeare's Othello. Adams would complain that Desdemona's relationship with Othello violates her father, family, sex, and her country. He would go on to say that the moral tragedy of the play is that the marrying of black and white blood is the violation of nature. And those are 10 interesting facts about John Quincy Adams. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.